I grew up with a family of drinkers. And my brother and sister used drugs at a very young age. And I started at a very young age too. And so it was kind of a common thing. And nobody ever thought that it was a problem for them.
I think I was like many people out there that are in professional careers. I had a master's degree. I had a high-level position working with children, and I had a husband, 2 children, a house with a view of Vashon. But the work that I did, the nature of the work that I did, involved working with at-risk youth, war refugees, and there was a lot of violence, and one of my children was stabbed 40 times, violently murdered. And we lost an 8-year-old. My daughter was diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia, and that was 2.5 years of treatment, one event after the other, and I could just no longer put the key in the door. And I had a psychotic break and started having violent nightmares.
I accepted after party cocktail at the hotel room. I just I blacked out. They evidently put something in my drink. When I came back, I realized I had been raped. And it was very hard. But not only did I know that my life had changed that time, I also knew that life as I knew it was no more. It was pretty hard. I contracted HIV that day.
I still remember the incident. I don't know if he could have been no more than, what was it, about 8, 7 years old. And he was coming out of, he was leaving a schoolhouse. It was in Afghanistan. He was leaving a schoolhouse. A suicide bomber came from my left side, and you could see the thing in his hand. And then next thing you know, you just hear screaming, and you just see a little kid just run out with a gun, ready to shoot. And he probably got about 30 to 50 rounds in his chest.
I think the first thing about the cafe was that I was believed.
When you walk in the door, it's open arms, open heart, right? They're here for you. Nobody's ever judged me coming in here. And they're like that to everybody. You're welcome to be here is so important.
We had a young intern named Jessie, and she was sitting in a chair, and I pulled myself up. I was sobbing, and I was kind of on her knees, and I looked up at her and I said, "I'm so sorry." And she held out her arms and she said, "I'm so honored." And I just knew then, where am I? And what is this place?
One of my closest friends is Richie. And I never had a gay friend until I got in recovery. And I had to accept his sense of humor, which now I embrace that. He's freakingly hilarious. He's one of the most funniest guys I ever met. And one of the best friends that you ever have.
You see the changes in people, You see people feel really welcomed here. And people feel, this is a safe place. This is a really safe place.
I've gotten a little bit of my passion back for running. I've gotten even a little bit of knitting, which I find it very relaxing. I find it kind of embarrassing sometimes because where I'm staying, I could never knit in front of those men there, but I do like it.
Well, one of the things I learned about myself is I never knew that I could be so outgoing.
I now have been taking about 14 different jewelry making classes, and I'm a metalsmith. I have launched my own business, Blue Door Design, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
The essence of I think the heart of it is just the heart of it, the heart, the love. We all are recovering from different things, and a lot of us are recovering from multiple things.
Here at the cafe is it feels like family to me. It's so comfortable here. You know, it's just like coming home, really.
If I didn't find Recovery Café, I most likely, now a whole bunch of bad stuff is popping up in my head.
I would continue to use.
This is what got me sober. This is what keeps me sober.
If I had not found Recovery Café, oh my stars. Oh my stars.